That is the final piece of the equation that's escaping them.
Bit of a problem, that one.
Yeah, that is, honestly, if you're going to be lacking something in League of Legends, that is not what you want to be lacking. Winning generally is a big measure of success in this game. So hopefully they can bring it out in this game 3. A win here would be pretty massive for them. And also for Group Elder to keep the scores neck and neck for the time being. We fly into draft with an immediate Silas ban coming out. A little bit interesting and indicating they want a Malphite first pick.
Yeah, I just don't know if they're going to get it, to be honest. It has been Nongshim that has been banning Malphite. Again, that has been from the first pick side, which was red side in both games. So we'll just have to wait and see how this one is going to pan out. But I would imagine that we do get the Malphite ban, which might leave other stuff open. Orianna Zir has been traded in bans so far. Pantheon Corki was banned and then it was picked. And Mbessa was another one that was on the ban list.
Yeah, they saw it coming. Yeah, not too much of a surprise that he gets banned out. And the thing is, you may think, well, what else could the Silas ban be predicating? Well, Alistair's also been taken out by Fearless.
Yeah.
That's normally one of the other things that you like.
Even Gnar is gone as well.
Yeah. So they will take out the Ambessa as well. I mean, kind of take stock of some of the picks that are open and available. The mid lane, Azir and Orianna have been banned throughout the series, and they are both open. So now, Yukal and Scout, Yukal is the one who gets to choose which he wants. If he doesn't care, he can take something else, but he is saying, I want Orianna. And Nongshim said, well, you can have it, but you're not getting knocked in with it.
Yeah, that's fine. I think a lot of our teams will still prioritize Orianna. You don't have to. You could pick Azir. If that's what you're feeling, Yukal is an excellent Azir player.
And I wonder, on the side of Nongshim, do you pick... I was going to say, do you pick Wukong? But they're actually going to go Xin Zhao. And I mean, Xin Zhao Orianna is pretty good, but I think maybe DRX go Wukong, because I'm thinking you want setup. And some of the setup junglers like Vi, Jarv, and Pantheon, we've seen pretty good with Orianna, but Wukong also works in tandem. Nongshim opting not to snap up the Azir, can obviously just take that later. We're only get the top and jungle. Wow, we're really just going tank off in the top lane. Okay.
Great. Well, Gwen's gone, so I guess that means, you know.
Yes, I forgot there's only one champion.
Yeah, there is one champion in the game that can tank bust.
Yes. Thank you.
So Gwen is gone, so of course we have to resort to tank versus tank. Sante does come through. Now, what is this jungle that they're going to pick with the Orianna? Because, okay,
they go a different direction.
Jax.
No Wukong, they go Jax. Jax, something we've seen a little bit in the jungle into Xin Zhao specifically.
Yeah.
That Counter-Strike having a lot of value. And you can leap strike in with the bull, so not the best setup, but not terrible. At least you have a dash to combo with it.
Yeah, it's no Teemo.
And Nongshim, we were thinking it would be Azir. We were thinking Surefire. And you know what?
Surely.
We were absolutely correct. Zero doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
The hovers were a bait, as they always are.
We've cast here at the LCK for a very long time. Even if you've never cast a single game at the LCK, you know that Azir's it's just like always picked if it's not banned, especially in this meta and every other meta. So where are we going now? Because the bottom lanes are wide open.
It's all topside. We're seeing Lucian banned again. Ezreal is also something I think probably going to get banned away. I feel like Sivir has a lot of value here, though. With a big beefcakes to shred through, a lot of frontline.
Mm-hmm. Any Zyra enjoyers? Zion's not the most meta, but...
Yeah, I think Zion, when Orianna and Azir can be a little bit uncomfortable at times because of the range. And there's not like that strict dive you have to deal with. But maybe. Not Jhin, please. Do not pick Jhin. Do not. For the love of God, do not pick Jhin.
Ezreal's up.
Yeah, Ezreal is available. So maybe that's something that either gets banned or prioritized here.
Ezreal and Azir. The old Genji combo.
I think it's easier to say what won't be picked than what will be picked. Phalios is also open and available, so maybe Nongshim go towards that. It could just be like if Phalios Ezreal get traded. That's a possibility, but I don't think it'll be Jhin. Definitely won't be Ziggs. Oh, Caitlyn gonna come through. Okay, so longer range pick. Maybe looking to be a little bit of a lane bully. You do have that counter pick and support. Now, what is Jiwoo going to pick here in response? Do you go the Ezreal? Obviously, Ezreal Karma's been taken away. Does go
Jhin Bard.
Does go the Jhin into a Sion and into a Xin Zhao. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he can damage the other champs. And they have Orianna.
Okay. Well, not the most convinced I've been by a Jhin pick. But
what are we playing here? Elise?
That would be a Lehen's pick.
Yeah. Just Braum?
Just Braum.
Just Braum.
I mean, you have a lot of champions you can proc it. Not the most impactful into a Bard, but a lot of skirmishing power. Also, once you land the stun, you're getting trapped, right? Underneath that immediately.
Yeah.
So, it definitely feels like Nongshim want to play at range and just C champion, Braum passive, Caitlyn trap, headshot. There you go. There's not a ton of engage in either composition. I feel like it's a hallmark of pro play in general of just like, we need 7 engage tools in each composition.
Yeah.
You've had so many metas which are like, oh, we need Alistar, we need Raul. And Sheer Fearless has definitely altered that, but I mean, these teams are kind of, both our junglers can dash.
Yes.
I mean, I guess Cassante drags someone in, Sion's got the choo-choo train, but it just doesn't feel like the same reliable engage that these teams often seek to have. So it could end up being a slower mid-game as a result. A lot of setup around the dragon. Both these teams feeling the pressure.
The sign said, you guys are having a hard time, referring to the pros, and they're like, we are too. We're having a hard time. The fans are having a hard time. We need a win. They want the win tonight, especially on the side of DRX, who are still awaiting their first. Nongshim versus DRX Game 3. Off we go.
He's not here today, but I know someone who's going to be very upset over this Jhin pick.
Atlas.
Absolutely. Generally upset by Jhin picks, but this one specifically, it's going to irk him.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many options.
You know what's the icing on the cake? Is the Braum. Like, picture this scenario. You're in a team fight, right? You're on your 4th shot. You're like, finally, I can put out the big damage. You look at your options in front of you. You have Sion with a shield up and 4 million HP.
Okay, well, we're engaging here. Engage Braum is real.
You have Xin Zhao with his Crescent Guard, cannot take any damage. You have Braum with his shield up, cannot take any damage. Not going to feel so good.
Yeah.
And then you just fire your 4th shot at either target, it does nothing. And then you're sat there.
And then you open up for your ult.
You're fumbling with your bullets. You're dropping them on the floor. You're trying to reload.
Oh, no. It's so cringe. Oh. And Jiwoo's been struggling, too, in some of these early games. I do wonder, for Jhin to really pop off, you kind of want to hit that first item spike. You want to get that collector online. You want to start having some really impactful ultimates. But I don't see him having a lot of fun into Caitlyn Bard, or Caitlyn Braum, rather.
Yeah.
Even with the Bard.
Oh, Yukos having some fun, though.
Yeah. First pick Orianna.
He had the choice of the matchup, and it seems he chose well for himself. The Hens does put the passive on that minion, sending a message. Oh! Whew.
Denied the cannon. Cannon? Cannon. I'm pretty sure.
Canyon's not playing today.
Yeah.
But he did
still thinking about his flags.
Yeah. Deny the cannon is pretty big, and one of the annoying things Braum can do.
Oh.
But now doesn't have his shield to protect his AD carry. But honestly, that's on Taeyun.
Worth.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The fast call recall. Taeyun gets it. He's like, this is going to be a slow game.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. So not a whole lot going on down there. It's not like you're putting on immense pressure with something like a Kalista Renata. You're doing well, but you can do even better with a call.
Yeah.
So just pick it up. Definitely very curious about Willer on the Jax. Because Jax, we don't see it all too often. Can work with the Orianna. It's very reliable engage, but it's not the longest range.
Yeah.
So Leap Strike is, you know, it's fast. You get right onto the target, but it's not like Nocturne where you're ulting 5 screens away.
Kind of need flash as well if you really want to close distance.
Yeah.
I wonder what build we see. Are we going to see like Dusk and Dawn tech?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Well, he's in the top lane. King gives him the thumbs up.
But he just didn't go for the stun. He's just like, whatever, man.
Rich has like no mana. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of this game is going to look
Hands
like.
didn't block the full shot.
That's fine. Tae's full health.
It didn't do any damage anyway.
He still has 2 procs on his refillable. It's just sitting there like, I don't know, why did I even buy this item?
You know what? Some people might be listening to this and thinking, man, if a Jin main is hearing this, he's probably going to be so... No, the Jin main's going to be like, dude, this is so real.
He knows more than anyone else. He's very aware of the Jin plight.
Yeah. There's some games on Jin where it just feels so good. It's like, I'm doing damage. This doesn't seem like one of them.
Yeah, I mean, there are some targets, you know, but I do think that you have to get through so much in order to access those targets, and you kind of have to be up in their face.
So much beef.
There's a lot of beef, and you kind of need to be in a good spot in the game. I feel like if you fall behind, it's just going to make this problem exponentially worse.
Yeah, especially, I assume he's going to go the build we've all seen, which is like the Ghost Blade Rapid Fire.
Oh.
If we get in the mid game and he's got a Ghost Blade Rapid Fire and Kingan's got like plated steel caps and like whatever armor.
Just plated steel caps. It's good enough.
You know, Kingan presses W and Jiwoo puts 4 autos into him and loses to the W. It could happen.
That could happen with his ult especially. Like, King just sits in the front with the shield up. Like, I don't think he breaks through the shield. Maybe on the 4th shot.
Maybe.
With 2 items. But yeah, top lane's kind of, okay, well, Rich wants to take an aggressive trade. He's not going to hit that Q. And so, you know, he did chunk Kingan for about 20% of his health.
Kingan's just getting cut. He's like, what? Like, Willa came for the gank and he's like, huh? And now Rich he's like, I'm going all out. And he's like, huh?
He's a bit confused.
He's like, dude, we're just supposed to auto each other for grasp stacks. Like, keep chill. Like, what's your problem?
It's a PvE game, actually.
Yeah. You know, people get very upset when you play in like a mostly PvE game and that has like slight bits of PvP and people engage in the PvP. They do not. They do not enjoy that at all.
Such a tryhard.
Stop ruining my experience.
Yeah.
That's what Rich is doing right now.
I'm just trying to farm, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can name a lot of games nowadays that are like that, including, obviously here, LCK, League of Legends. Or just hanging out.
It's just
getting playing with a Braum is so sad.
Honestly, I think that's the best part about picking the Braum, because like Braum in a pod is like, you know, I mean, you can block the stun, but it's not like the most fun matchup, and he's ranged into melee, right?
Yeah.
But it just in a Jhin, it's just so funny.
He's very good against everything else.
Yeah.
And, you know, even into the Bard, you know, if something goes wrong, you know, let's say a couple of guys get stasis in the wrong spot and Lehens is not, he can just kind of jump in, throw up a shield, maybe help him out a little bit. Code's voice being utilized here by DRX. I am very curious what he's saying, because I have no idea what would you say. What would you say, Alex? In this game?
I'd console you. I'd be like, it's okay. I'm sorry that you had to play Jhin. It's fine.
I wonder whose idea that was. Oh boy.
Guys, once you get... You'll work out.
You know, exercise is really
What would I
good for
say?
you.
Maybe it's related to grubs? I don't know. At this point, what is there specifically to talk about?
That's why I'm so curious. Like, the timing of it as well, you know? Maybe because nothing's happening, we'll actually get a listen in. Okay, burn the flash. Nicely done. Avoids the Braum gank.
Yeah. Oh.
And now Taeyeon actually is going to get
nice
stunned
shot.
up. The second shot does miss, but the fourth does. Okay, they're going to set it up. And that was very sad. I think he's just dead. It doesn't really matter, but, you know, it made him look a little silly.
Yeah.
Willer is going to pick up first blood in the bottom lane.
It did make it look like Jiwoo and Andal haven't practiced Jin Bard that much, but they did still get the kill. So, you know, Willer being there definitely helping out. Lehens has just decided he has a mission this game. You know, the mission, is it destroying the Nexus? Not necessarily. Is it winning the game? Not necessarily.
I can't even hear him.
Okay.
It's like a little bit too quiet. Maybe next time I could take off my headset. I think I might hear a little bit better.
Maybe kill Caitlyn.
It was a lot of bottom lane talk from what I could tell. Timing on this one, not the best, but it's okay.
Yeah. Andal clean with the stuns, though. Fierce Blood, you know, a little pick up there. Oh, did see something go on mid in the replay.
Yukal no
wow,
flash.
Yukal is very dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't no escaping that one. W hit, though. That was pretty good. Sponge not having the flash, so you're happy with that.
We have another coach voice. What'll it be this time?
They're really getting early mileage out of this, you know. And I'm expecting this game to go slow, right? I'm expecting this to be a long haul game, so you're burning those coach voices early. Nongshim are saving them.
Yeah, I think they're saving them forever. I don't think they're going to use them. I was actually talking about with Wolf about this during the break, and you know, the coaches have to decide ahead of time whether or not they're in the booth, you know, where they can't see the enemy vision and stuff, or if they're behind. So I assume a lot of the teams, like even KT, right, when they were up 14,000, like their coaches are just not in the booth, so they can't actually utilize coach voice.
Yeah.
Because their coaches are in the green room, they can see all of the vision. It's not fair if they use coach voice and they like run into the booth and say, hey, they're doing Baron! Obviously, so yeah, some teams just elect not to use it and they just don't have it available. We talked about this on Pox today. I do feel like it is a tool which can be utilized for good rather than evil. And
you're still going with that for evil line.
You know, they should use it, I would say. Sponge is in a little bit of trouble here. Lehens is getting in there, though, and is going to land the stun on a Willer, who maybe did go a little bit too far. But they get the kill with the shockwave, and Taeyeon from miles away is able to take down Willer. It's a little bit of a trade there.
Yep, able to get the trap down underneath the stunned Jax and able to trade 1-for-1. So I think Nongshim ultimately okay with that. Yeah, I think the argument maybe some of the teams is that they don't know if it's going to be a permanent feature in the long term.
Yeah.
So relying too heavily on it could be to your detriment. It's interesting. We'll see. We'll see how much of a permanent feature it is, how much value teams are getting from it. Some teams obviously have been more keen on it than others. Hard to say. We're going to replay of this. So Sponge gets chunked out pretty hard even before his ult gets that much value. So obviously he pops it here, but he's already like less than half HP. But the big thing is stun comes in and then Taeyeon gets a trap, so even when he kites away, he can just slide in and the headshot is still there to be picked up.
Yeah.
So easy kill there.
Biggest gold lead currently actually Taeyeon over Jiwoo. Second, though, is the jungle. Willer able to pick up the 2 kills.
And he has gone Triforce, no Dusk and Dawn shenanigans. Which I think is probably right. I haven't seen many Jaxes going Dusk and Dawn.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. It would let you proc your ult very quickly. Like the empowered auto. But I think definitely less, you don't get the big, powerful Triforce procs. because he's not going to have that much AP on the Jax.
It would feel pretty bad to lose those, I think, because maybe we're trying to kill Sponge again. This is looking like a replay, although UCal is getting engaged on Sponge. Very much isolated, but now he's got Lehens coming on over as Taeun is just in there. He just dies like he was in the banana brush behind enemy lines, and that means that DRX is going to pick up a double kill. Nice little try from Ondil to land the double stun there. Not quite going to work out. UCal having a lot of protection here, and with the help of Ondil, she'll be able to chase down Lehens. Ondil just doesn't want to take the kill, and he won't have to. As a nice little fight goes the way of DRX.
Scout did so much there to try and turn it around, but I mean, Taeun was just in the middle of nowhere.
아래쪽부터 바로 하고 이거 싸움 보자.
오케이.
Look for a fight.
아니 집 갔다 와서 바로 아래쪽부터 잠그고 게임에 위로 다음 턴에 위에 먹어도 돼 얘들아.
확인.
이번 영 중요해.
용 못할 수 있을 듯.
So yeah, they're just saying to Willard to go to the bottom side and look for a fight.
이거 턴턴발로 해도 될 듯.
Probably to fight over the Drake, which is very important. That is something they said.
That's all that coach voices use now, though, so...
Yeah.
Did get a lot of value out of this one, though. Yeah, Taeun just kind of walks up and ends up getting stunned and dies. So, I think the ult from Sponge didn't help and kind of knocked the Jax into him. And then Scout honestly gets insane. Like, this fight would have been so doomed if he'd not gotten this insane value here to turn around and get 2 kills. And they actually managed to get back on the map and get the dragon. So, Scout clutching this fight out, ultimately. Able to find massive value.
Oh, trying to set up here. We got 2. A little bit caught, but again, there's so much to get through. But Sponge is kind of left by his lonesome in the front. Lehens not able to block for him. A little bit overextended. We're Nongshim after the fight. Well, after the dragon, I should say.
Yeah, definitely think they should have just backed away as soon as possible, but an overstay leads them getting punished. Herald up soon, so maybe just going to translate straight into that.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Scout is here.
He will scout them out.
He's really trying to up those damage numbers.
Yeah, that he is.
We have a TP from UCal to the top lane.
Yeah, Herald pretty gone. We will see Taeun able to push the wave out, so they won't immediately be able to slam it mid with a wave. Is DRX with an edge in terms of gold, but still close in this game. And it's just, yeah, as you said, Willow with a massive lead, getting a lot of these kills in this fight. So a lot of value in this Jax.
Yeah. There's a lot of times, jungle Jax specifically, you know, you don't have as much farm, you don't have as many levels, but in this meta you get more farm, and especially with early kills, you're feeling good. This fight, again, just an overextension. Sponge kind of left out to dry.
He just gets popped. You know, has to kind of go in on the play to peel for his team, and I think just hung around a little bit too long.
Yeah. Not much you can do. Just gotta be not in that position. Easily said in hindsight, but we'll have to wait and see how they do from here on out. Lehens is going for a little walk in the river.
Oh, G was actually not going the Ghost Blade Rapid Fire build.
He's got Storm Razor. We're trying to get on top of Lehens. I feel like Ondil has ult every 2 seconds. Like it's always up. And they're throwing everything into this Braum, but Nongshim are just really not grouping together as a team. It's well, over and over like these individual picks. Now it's a double kill for UCal. We had multiple double kills for Willer, and now UCal's getting fed. This is becoming a problem for Nongshim.
The thing is, so much of Nongshim is auto-attack based. And the Jax just, you're able to play so aggressive on the back of your Counter-Strike. So the initial portion of the fight, there's just very little counterplay. The Braum can't do much, you can't stack up the passive, you can't really get those stuns rolling. You need the longer fights to really get the value out of it, but by that point you've already started losing members. So I think Nongshim are really struggling to find headway here, and are starting to fall further and further behind.
Yeah, and it just feels like, you know, we got this roaming death squad of like Ondil sets up the fight, and then you have, you know, Wheeler's right there, UCal's right there. They've got all their pieces together for setups on fights.
What's crazy here is that like Sponge doesn't want to get close to give him like a jump out, because he's like, I don't want to get caught too. And then he jumps in. Like, either help him to jump out or leave. Pick one. But don't like let him get caught and die and then jump in. That is not the play.
Yeah, I think we can pretty easily see that one. As, yeah, Yukal gonna be slowed up here. Doesn't have his flash, actually. Nice little shockwave, but even Exhaust gonna be utilized, trying to get him down. They give the kill and the shutdown gold over to Scout, who's now 4-1. Still behind Yukal, funnily enough. But he definitely needed that kill.
Yeah, nice pick and return. Finally, it feels like Nongshim getting something, at least, when it's just been DRX getting kill after kill after kill. Doesn't really translate to anything. And Yukal has flash about to come up, so it's not like there being a summoner there before this dragon. We'll see a replay off that. Yukal just a bit overextended hitting this turret, and yeah, I think at this point, not much you can do. It's also funny because Andal portals away, but the portal just gives a route in for Lens and Sponge, so doesn't work in his favor.
Yeah. And then he Mega Blast cones his way to safety. That's a mega disengage cone.
Yeah. Shadowflame picked up for Yukal, so he's very strong on this spike. I'm not sure if Scout is close to second item. But if you look at the items on DRX, you look at Willa and you look at Yukal, and they feel very scary going into this dragon fight.
Yeah,
honestly,
2,000 gold.
I would consider not contesting this. It'd actually be on my mind right now.
Yeah. I mean, his first Chemtech Drake, and you've already split the first couple of Drakes. So this isn't even like Soul Point.
Yeah.
It's one Chemtech Drake.
It's just, especially like having completed items versus, you know, Giant Spelt Blasting Wand. It's not it. No, they're fighting it. Okay. Okay, they did get the Rylai's in. Sponge is a lot weaker than Willa, though.
And the TP just to get engaged on, and the setup here is gigantic once again. Scout has a nice 1v1 versus Jiu, though, who is out of the fight. But we got Ritz kind of going insane mode on this backline in the actual fight, as it looks like they will eventually take out King, and Scout does get another kill, though. 5th for him. And the Chemtech Drake, of course, did go to DRX.
It's like they're late there, so like I initially thought they weren't going to contest it because they were so late. And then they rush in just to fight. The dragon's already gone, and they just get engaged on. They burn all their summoners and lose the fight. Scout, I mean, actually does a good job because Jiu, I'm not sure what Jiu is doing. But the main fight, Taeyeon ends up so close. You're a Caitlyn. How are you like in melee range to get shockwaved with your entire front line? I don't know.
Not
but
the first time.
Makes a bit of a flub. Scout, I feel like, is just trying to do everything this game. But DRX, they know their objective. They know what they're doing. Other than the little mistake from Jiu, everyone doing what they want. And we literally had 4 flashes in that fight from Nongshim. And I'm going to be honest, I think the only reason Kingen didn't flash was because it wasn't up.
Yeah, I mean, he did die as well, so not the best. Yukal is topping the damage charts, and it's not like he's playing into tank Rek'Sai or anything. As now we get another engage onto Lehens, who is just out in the middle of nowhere, just dies to Willer, who is not going to stop there, continues to chase, and even gives the kill over to Yukal, who's now on a killing spree himself. I mean, DRX are just being gifted pick after pick, and they're playing it well.
Yeah, they're playing so aggressive, and now they're going to start the Baron, and having taken out Scout, strongest member of Nongshim, I think this is just an easy Baron.
Yeah.
A game that was feeling close for a good portion of the mid game has just spiraled out of control on the back of play after play from this Jax leading the charge, and a pick that, you know, we haven't seen that often in the LCK. Occasionally, as a counter pick that Xin Zhao is just paying off so well for DRX right now. And I feel like they're on the cusp for the first win. And we have this Braum. I think Braum is a pick that you just often feel so safe on. You're so tanky, you have a dash, but he's just dying on repeat.
And the fact that Scout dies under his turret, too.
Yeah. Doesn't quite have the ult available. It's a rough feeling right now. Having to deal with a Baron already. 4,500 the gold lead.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how the Jhin might be in a little bit of trouble, but they don't even need the Jhin. Jhin is just like set up for the actual carries, and the Jhin himself is in a not bad spot.
Also, he's gone LDR seconds. He actually has good pen.
He's doing damage. It's actually happening. And here we go. The setup comes in once again with the Jax and the Orianna, maybe this time a little bit too deep, as Sponge was actually able to zone for the rest of the team as well, and Scout does barely live.
Yeah, that's not a good trade. Willer overstepping a little bit there, and the big shutdown given over.
But they did the cool combo, Ox.
Yeah. Okay, here's the Jin ult.
It's a zoning ult. Just gonna push them back. Gets them the turret. It actually does have value here.
Yeah, not the most damage, not the best value ultimate, but, you know, DRX able to push forward and force them away.
Hell?
Okay, good peel.
It's okay, Rich is here. It was all a bait. No, Rich has to flash. That's pretty unfortunate. A bit of a mistake. Yukela did not see the cupcake on the ground.
I will say saving the Orianna flash pretty massive there.
Yeah.
So credit to Rich.
This
Kingen
game is just all over the place. Like, what are we doing? We got a TP coming in now again. And Rich is like, yeah, hello. They still have Baron, by the way. DRX.
Okay, that was a little goofy. We'll get the replay of this fight. So ult comes in on a sponge. Willa goes for the combo with the flash, but it's an Azir, and you don't one-shot him, so he just shoves you on a turret, and then they focus you down. And in return, you get the Xin Zhao, who's pretty worthless at this point.
Yeah.
So not an even trade.
Doesn't really exist.
Yeah, Kingen did just TP in, so he has a Giga Shield that they're trying to punch through. Willa's hunting for Scout.
Here we go again. That one is not going to land. Andil has been the bane of this Nongshim team here in Game 3. It's not been fun for them to deal with this Bard. And he just always seems to have the Tempered Fate up. But looks like the Baron push is done for now. They still have 10 seconds left. And a lot of fiddling around here in the mid lane, right before this Chemtech Drake is about to spawn. And DRX, I mean, they've got, you know, they've got Cassante, they have Orianna, they have Bard, they have some shielding and healing within this composition.
Yeah, not the worst Chemtech soul value. I mean, and also you'll just take it, right?
Yeah.
Nongshim unable to contest. And it's definitely an uphill battle from this point for Nongshim from here. This Orianna, I think, is really starting to become a major issue. Because you look at the items from the Azir in comparison.
Death Cap.
Yeah, you got 10 stack Dark Seal, you got the Death Cap, Shadow Flame, the Blackfire Torch.
Yeah,
and
the upgraded
swords. That is a lot of damage, a lot of burst. Whereas Scout's build, like, he has sustained damage, but it feels like a lot more utility with, like, the upgraded Merc Treads and the heal from the Crypt Bloom and the ability haste and the slow. Like, they're not bad items, they're just... He's not one-shotting people.
Yeah. Whereas the one-shot combo maybe next time actually does one-tap Scout. Because last time we saw, like, the flash on him from Willer. Oh, he's got GA now.
Yeah, he can kind of go... I mean, GA isn't the craziest value in a Caitlyn, but when you're ahead, it doesn't even matter that you get trapped out of it, because they don't have time to punish, really. Like, you respawn, you're trapped, it's like, well, they're probably dead by the time you respawn anyway.
Orianna's such a huge threat. As long as you can just go face first into it and not really care, and try to set up a combo onto a good target.
We're getting a lot of posturing mid. I did feel like this game was going to be a bit slower, and to be fair, it has been faster than I expected, but it's a lot of posturing around the mid lane from both teams.
A little bit...
just hanging out.
Traumatized by all the posturing. Just remembering Game 2 of T1 versus KT.
You know what that is? Posture check. Make sure you're sitting up. Yeah.
Oh, look at me. I'm like, my leg is crossed, which is not good.
I was too. Yeah. It's been a long day, Brendan.
Bent over, you know.
Got good posture, you know.
It is pretty important. You know, my back was kind of hurting.
Oh, really?
Last week, yeah.
Yeah, you're already a father, so you gotta look out for that stuff.
The second, you know, the second I have a child, it's like all of a sudden my body's like, no.
Yeah.
No thanks. I'm out. And to be fair, I should be exercising more, so it's probably part of it. But, you know, the whole thing about having a baby is that you don't really have a lot of time, so it's a fantastic excuse not to exercise.
That's fair.
Not again, Lahens, please.
He has a little jump target. Jump to Scout!
All right, well, they're going to be caught. We got TP coming in, and that is going to sail wide.
Ults?
Yeah, I don't know. But this is a Scion that is TPing straight into them and held in place for a very long period of time. Kingen just going to flash that, doesn't want to get too low.
Okay. Well, they're there, and the Baron's up, so I think Nongshim might just move over to it. This could be the place where Nongshim find a good fight. If they're able to make it in here,
Like,
contest.
Scout is so much of their damage, and he doesn't have his ult anymore, and Sponge is so far behind. Like, look at this. He can't even approach. He's getting killed from miles away by the Jhin. Showing some value here. As now trying to go in onto Kingen. He is very tanky, and they fully peel off of the Baron. So, to be honest, not the most value there on the turn from DRX.
Getting chunked, though, by the Baron is the thing.
Yeah.
So, even though they obviously chunk out Kingen, it ends up in a situation where they can't really continue the Baron either.
Yeah, it's not
It's
great.
so hard to do Baron, I feel, on this season. Unless you get like an actual meaningful advantage in terms of kills. I think they're probably just looking towards Soul as their route into finishing this game.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot more gold achieved on those plates. I mean, it's still a little bit for Nongshim, but they haven't been able to crack that mid tower, I think, is the big one that they're kind of struggling with.
Yeah, that is a bit of a problem. Still has a couple of plates on that one.
Yeah.
But the Crystalline Overgrowth. Yeah, Sponge is not really a champion in this game. Like, he's just kind of an extra frontliner.
He just ults and just hopes for the best.
Yeah. He's the one saying it is what it is now. Although the rest of his team do have ways to actually deal damage. Even Taeyun, I mean, he's still ahead. You know, he has nearly 4 items, 3.5. And, you know, the Azir up to 3. He's looking for Zhonya's, though, now, so looking to survive as long as possible in these fights and deal that sustained damage.
Just difficult to approach. You can see Sponge clearing some vision around the Baron. But I just feel like Will is so ready just to jump in.
Oh! Well, if nobody gets in front of the Jhin, you're going to have some problems. As now, once again, the Bard ult is in there. The exhaust on the Willer, though. The combo isn't there. They don't have the damage. There's a flash away and a big shuffle on it, too. Gets you Cal immediately. And Nongshim are not out of this game yet. As here on the backside, you see that GA into the trap you were talking about.
Headshot!
And the headshot does come in, double kill, but it is still 3-on-3. Rich still doing quite a lot. Taeyun actually hit by the 4th shot, but still winning this one is Nongshim. And let's see where they decide to go. Will they risk a Baron? I wonder.
I think you go Dragon, I think you go Baron, but Scout just refusing to lose this game. This is a man possessed. The shuffle was massive. And you know, I was saying, I don't know if the GA is really going to be punished here. Oh, the knockup.
Well, they're just going to come in here and face check and hope they can win in the 2v3. Doesn't look very likely based on what we're seeing here, although they're going to get away. And Jiwoo is kiting this one out pretty well, but he does get straight up ulted by the Scion as another missed stun from Kingen, but it just does not matter. And that's a shutdown. Some extra gold for Taeyun. Look at that. He's 2,500 ahead. He is so fed in this game now.
He got a lot of gold from that. And yeah, I was wondering, is the GA going to be punished? I didn't think it would. I thought DRX was so far ahead, but you saw there, the trap out of the GA immediately punished. Look at the replay. This initially looked so bad for Nongshim. The rapid fire auto into the stun, the follow-up coming. But Scout, an absolute hero here, sees the window to go in, catches Yukal after the flash, and he's immediately punished. Buys time with the stasis. They have to be ready for it. The trap catches the GA afterwards. So even after the counter-strike, Taeyun waits for the headshot.
Yeah. So the 2 fed guys on the side of DRX, the Orianna and the Jax, are just nullified so much.
And with Taeyun dead, they're doing the Baron. This is still risky. No flash from Willer, but he can't leap over the wall.
Oh, they're going for the ult on in with the Scion. They want Yukal. They're not going to get it. And Kingen is pulled over, but this guy is so tanky right now. He is flashing on top of Yukal. They desperately want to take out this Orianna. They're not going to have it.
So much committed there, but unable to find the Orianna, and Jiwoo is now back. This game's gotten so scrappy. Nongshim trying to force their advantage, but don't find it. I think they have to back away now. Taeyun's doing a lot of damage, that is for sure, but so a lot of people in this game.
Yeah. Feels like maybe they're just going to look for the Scout ult angle once again as they're engaged. We talked about how there's not a lot of engage. Oh, Willer, not like this, buddy. Oh, no, he is going to be able to hop away, but that is a super low jungler, and now you just start the Baron.
Yeah, I think he's just too low to get in for the smite, so they'll start it up.
A giant wave in top lane too. It feels like Nongshim have control right now. And it's okay, we are gonna get the Bartle down, but there's just no smite. Zondil doesn't have it either, and that is just going to be the smite down pretty late, actually. Went down to like 600 there, but still able to get it done.
Oh, Willard's coming back over, so they're just kind of forced their way out here. You can't have
Okay, it's gonna catch Sponge. That's not what you're looking for. And there's the scoop on a UCal, but the damage a lot slower and immediately goes down Scouts. As Rich, he's kind of going in alone though. That's not gonna work out. A couple of kills go to Nongshim after the fact.
Again, Scout with the clutch plays. He trades his life for UCal, but he doesn't care. He knows how strong this Orianna is. He knows what his job is. He sets it for Taeyun, and he says, here's the Orianna on a silver platter. They get the Baron, they get out. And honestly, Sponge left the smite late. I think it's the right call. Don't mess around with it. Don't try and do it exactly 1400. If there's no smite near, play it safe. No one's doing 600 damage if the Jhin ults down. And here he grabs UCal. And yeah, he dies, but the Orianna is just such a relevant threat that you're happy to take that trade.
Yeah.
Taeyun grabs the Bard, and Rich just gets deleted.
The real damage carry right now is Taeyun as well.
Man, this has been a day of throws on such a monumental level. And this is the point where we're starting to see the Jhin struggle, because Taeyun is shredding everyone. The traps are feeling super relevant. He is cutting through people. Jiwoo is not.
I mean, there's too much to cut through.
There's so much bulk, and there's so many things.
It was fine when they were ahead.
There's so many things that block damage.
Yeah.
There's the W from Kingin, there's the shield from the Hens, there's the ult from Sponge. Sponge is not very useful, but he can press his ultimate, and that buys time.
He's doing his job. It's not the flashiest job, but it's fine. Okay, they're going to catch Taeyun. They're going to catch Taeyun, and the front line, he gets shockwaved and killed! And DRX are right back in it. Sponge is just dead as well, and now the Jhin is opening up. Willer is unkillable, and he's going to hop on top of them, and immediately Nongshim are falling like a house of cards, as it looks like Kingin will also be taken out. And just like that, TP in the mid lane, DRX have their eyes set on the mid lane.
And that's game. That's enough. And you look at the summoner spells. Taeyun's flash has just come back up. He only needed just a matter of 15 seconds for that summon to become available. And DRX pounced on the opportunity. Andal finds the window on this Bard again and punishes this Fed carry. Lehen's the last one alive. 13 seconds on the Caitlyn. I don't think it's enough.
Just a wild day of games, and it ends with this one. We thought we knew who was throwing, but it was thrown right back. An excellent play from DRX to pull it right back. And there you go. They take their first victory of the LCK Cup 2026 in very active fashion.